Hey everybody, TheJonnyKage here, welcoming you to another edition of Friday Night Skype. Maybe perhaps it's a special holiday edition, 2012, after surviving the apocalypse. So now we can get back to doing Friday Night Skypes on a regular basis, I suppose. Anyhow,
that's why we weren't here. We were all preparing very profusely.
We were preparing for the Fallout New Vegas.
I thought that something really crazy would have happened, but nothing crazy really happened.
This sounds bad, I was kind of hoping for like a tornado, an earthquake, or just something to make
just
people
something weird, but nothing at all.
I was hoping we all died because I was at the situation, had to take the garbage out. I just said, fuck it, we're all going to die, went to bed. I got trouble for not taking the garbage out.
There's some rain and a flock of seagulls. That's about it.
Oh, awesome powers, indeed. Alright, so lots to catch up on. It's been a long time since we've done a Friday Night Skype, so let's get right into it. The big news, the huge event, the mega spectacular thing is that myself... Magfest. I didn't even mention who's here tonight. We've got Utorai, Ultaguide, Genrai, AntLionAlpha, and Bike Launcher.
Wow, we didn't even do our introductions.
No time.
Sloppy.
There's lots to talk about. So little to talk about and so much time. Scratch that. Reverse it. Anyhow, so Magfest is coming up. It takes place at the Gaylord Hotel in Washington, D.C., January 3rd through the 6th. And myself, Alta, Uto, Dilly, DV, and Genrai will all be attending. If anyone out there listening is going to be there, let us know. I'm not sure how you'll get in contact with us when you're there, but we will be there. So.
Just leave me a message on my Twitter. I will not be, but leave me a message on my Twitter. I'll be the only one there who's not crazy. So
we will be there. Yeah, we're celebrating two birthdays, mine and Uto's, while we're there. So we're gonna be going crazy. That's for sure.
Party hard.
Party hard.
I have a Christmas present for Uto. He doesn't know about it.
Party hard with all the Asian ladies. Oh yes.
Forever alone.
It's just like cramming 5 nerdy guys into a room for 3 days.
And then one of them gets really bad because Uto won't stop cuddling with him, and that's going to be Genrai.
He's just going to be so mad.
Was Genrai.
He's not going to get tired. He's not going to get refreshed. He's just going to get mad.
And Dilly's going to give him all the Snickers bars.
Fifth Avenue bars.
I don't even know where that comes from, but...
I'm going to tell you guys.
It's because Genrai likes Fifth Avenue bars.
Remember the dog that answered to Fifth Avenue?
I do remember that dog.
And Dilly was like, I can't believe it.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Oh, you should have been here, Johnny.
I should have been here.
I want to tell the story. Alta, shut up.
With a bunch of in-jokes.
Whatever.
I want to tell that story, Alta.
I'm going to tell it sucky, but go ahead.
I'm not going to tell it sucky. You know what? You're very unprofessional. You're fired. Okay, anyways. Alta, if you actually leave, I'm going to be pissed. Anyways.
I'm not going to leave. Just go tell a story. Dang it.
So, we all had our webcams on, and Dilly has, for the past 2 weeks, has had this stray dog that he just kind of found living in his house.
Man, Dilly got weird since I've been away.
And he was trying to get it to respond to him, so I told him call it Fifth Avenue, and he did, and sure enough, the dog got right up and looked at him.
The Fifth Avenue dog.
Smart dog.
Okay. Well, that was a great story. I'm glad we had that moment.
It's good to share things like that, I think.
Get it off your chest, yeah.
Speaking of sharing, we should probably talk about the season of sharing, which is Christmas, or any other holiday anyone celebrated that's not Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Kwanzaa.
Yeah, and Ramadan. No one
That too.
knows
And all that
what
good
Ramadan
stuff.
is. I love the Futurama episode when the robot's passing out the books. What the heck is Kwanzaa? And he just looks really sad. He's like, I've been passing these out for 150 years.
Oh, maybe someday someone will know what it is, but not likely. Not in America.
You get one chance. What is your favorite Christmas gift of all time and your best one this year? If you don't say anything, it automatically becomes E.T. Go, Genrai.
I only got one gift, and it was WWE 13, so I guess that's by default.
Okay, it's also your least favorite. Uto.
My favorite gift was a big bag of socks, because I always run out of those.
Wow.
I gave you something for Christmas. Johnny!
This year?
Yeah, well,
this year. I got
Too long, you get none.
Okay.
Your favorite gift is E.T. for the Atari?
Dude, I would have actually... That probably would have been my best gift if I would have gotten E.T. for the 2600. I kid you not. I got a shirt, I got some socks, and I think I got some washcloths, and I got the last couple issues of Nintendo Power. Not the very last one, but the two prior to that, because my mom knew that I was getting the last one, so I guess she had been hoarding the other two. So I got those. Not that I really wanted them. I really only wanted the last one, but I've got those. I haven't opened them. I don't know if I will or not, but I got them.
I would have sent you some if you could give me your address.
Whatever. Christmas sucks when you get really old. Anyhow, I'm done.
Garrett!
Well, you think you got me in a corner. But my favorite gift is E.T. for the Atari.
I'm telling you, I would have loved that. I would have probably shit my pants if someone would have been like, "Oh, wow, that's a way to think outside the box. Give me the worst game ever made." Oh, that's thinking about the person right there. That's thinking about him.
The game that single-handedly killed the gaming industry back then.
Single-handedly? I don't think it single-handedly killed the gaming industry.
Oh no!
Well, it used two hands.
It used two hands. Yeah, to do it. It was more of a stranglehold, really.
Yeah.
So
anyhow.
Garrett, okay, since Garrett is E.T. for the Atari, Bike, what's yours?
My onesie.
Does it have the footies to it as well?
Sadly, no. But it does have the butt flap.
They don't. The
butt flap?
though? Wow.
No, I don't have to make a choice between
They
being
don't make
woman
onesies with footsies for adults. That's total bullshit right there.
I know.
My mom fair.
Oh, see, look how that backfired on you, Alta. All of our gifts were strange and unusual.
I have a strange and unusual gift. Anuto got an unusual for Christmas time.
I did. My very first crate I unboxed in TF2 gave me a $60 hat, which I then traded for another $60 hat.
Oh man, speaking of hats, Utorai, I got a hat for some dumb achievement, right? And I go to collect it, and I delete this rake I have on TF2. It deletes the hat instead of the rake, so I'm left hatless.
Good
Again.
work. You deleted Ghastly Gibbous.
Yeah! Is it any good?
No.
No, everybody has it.
I don't.
don't.
have it.
If you wear it, you are deemed a scrub.
I wear a party hat on my soldier because it's the only hat I have, and I think I look pretty shitty with it. I kind of want to go to the default helmet just because it looks terrible.
What did you get for Christmas, Alta? No one cares.
Not really. No, we really don't. But fine,
Okay,
go ahead,
well.
just to complete the circle.
No. Anyway, speaking of best and worst gifts, everyone having the best gift and me having the worst, I suppose, because I never got to say anything. What is the best and worst games of the year? We have
Holy shit, Alta! Holy shit, dude! We planned this out beforehand to have this take of an hour. We are 8 minutes in, and you have run us through material at the pace of a racehorse.
Okay, then we'll get to that later. We can speak more about TF2. So,
actually, you know what's funny? Because I've really been getting into TF2 lately. Like, when I played with you guys, on Monday, I think it was, I've been getting, the urge. I actually played it for, an hour today. I've been really...
You're playing TF2 without me?
Well, I'll play TF2 with anyone. We'll play TF2 after this, if you want to.
Yes!
But...
No!
I've been getting into it. I've been really getting into it. I mean, I don't know. It's not as rewarding, and I fear that I'm going to actually spend real money on this game at some point, but I am actually starting to really get into it. So... Yeah, I guess there's that.
Alright, now we gotta say, favorite class in TF2? Uto, we know yours is the spy, so...
Yes.
I don't think I've literally put 7 hours into the game. So, I mean it's soldier by default, just because I've spent more than half that time with the soldier. So, but I'd actually really like to get good with the scout, but I'm just having to get used to, his whole carrying of momentum after he stops and how to use him properly.
Mike, what's yours?
That'd be the demo man.
Oh, I thought you'd be the medic.
Well, I like the medic too, but I prefer the demo man.
Oh, well, I have to switch mine. Actually, I like the pyro. I mean, I think I'm good at demo
Yeah,
man.
pyro's a lot of fun. Pyro's definitely a sure way to get kills, I think. I mean, so is the soldier too, kinda, but that fire damage. Can't go wrong with fire damage in any game.
Oh, yeah. Nothing feels better than just barely spraying any fire and then having be like, fire, fire! And then they just die.
Or you spray them with fire, and then you switch to your melee weapon and kill them.
Yeah, I'm not that good.
Yeah, just for people that are like into TF2, all Alta knows how to do is WM1, and when I called him on it, he asked me what M did. It's pretty funny.
Look, Uto, I don't need to use all your fancy buttons and your fancy commands. All I need
It's not
to know
fancy buttons. It's using more than your W key and your mouse 1 button. It's not hard to do.
I do just fine with my W key and mouse 1 button.
M1, like W was one thing, M was one thing, and 1 was another.
No,
okay?
M1, mouse 1.
No, I'm not even kidding. The way you said it was WM1.
I know.
It wasn't.
That's the thing.
It means
Uto, how hard is it to say W left click?
Well, Mike understood it.
Well, yeah,
plays
because
TF2.
Mike is smart in computer stuff, and I do other people things.
Didn't you go to university for computer coding?
This is not the time nor the place, Uto.
This is the
Don't
time.
remind me of my dark
It
past.
didn't happen last time. We said it wasn't the time and the place, but this is not the time and the place for that story either.
Okay, fine, you win.
Dude, there's a Tetris tournament at MakeFest. That's just
Oh, man.
ridiculous. I can't believe there's a Tetris tournament.
I will be attending the Tetris tournament at MagFest. If you wish to challenge me, I will be dressed as a Bulbasaur, most
I thought
likely
you were
drunk.
going to be in the TF2
Unless you are an
tournament.
Asian lady, I will let you win, and I will ask you for a kiss.
You know, that's actually a funny story, because me and my friends were really into the Smash Brothers for the N64, and one of the times we were in a competition for it, one of my friends who's pretty good at it, but he was playing this chick, this hot... Speaking of Asian chicks, and she was wearing some sort of one of the Sailor Moon outfits, and it was kind of scantily, maybe more scantily than it is normally. And he was just like literally, like you could see them just like eyeing her as he was trying to play the game, and he loses to her too. Just like for the love of God, man, seriously.
There's quite a reason why she was just like that.
But come on, like that's the kind of stuff that happens to people that are just that shouldn't happen to you. That's
There's
not
actually
right.
a style of martial arts where you're supposed to dress like that too. For women, I forget what it is. I'm sure Genray knows.
I can back Alta up
fight
on
with
this
his
one. What
scarf,
he's
it's
saying
fun.
is, in fact, a thing.
Yeah, like I know martial arts well, but that's another story for another day. But speaking of Uto being in a Tetris tournament, if you want to do something more exciting, not that Tetris isn't exciting because it's probably the best puzzle game out there. I am going to be the winner of the Brawl tournament, so if you want to beat me and get a chance to fight me before I beat everybody, because I am
Look at this cockiness.
self-acclaimed. I am! That's how I win my tournament. I have to be very cocky. I've never been beaten in Brawl, and I've won many tournaments before, and no doubt this one.
I have a really good feeling.
I'm gonna laugh
You're
massive
gonna
when you
lose in your very first
Shut up,
match.
it's not gonna happen. But no, it probably might. I might lose for the first time, but I want to see if I put myself out there and see if anyone's better, and if so, I have a new rival.
Probably just blame the controller.
Hey man, this is a weak stick. I was trying to get an Xbox controller.
You know what? If we get there early enough, because right after the opening ceremonies at MakeFest, John St. John, who's the voice of Duke Nukem, is going to speak, and that's like probably right when we get there. That would be so funny to start things off with. That's just funny in general. That's like the first thing that happens in the entire convention is Duke Nukem has a speech.
I'm going to ask him to say balls of steel.
Well, Duke Nukem doesn't exactly have the most catchphrases in the world, and most of them he stole from Ash from Evil Dead. But
Hey, you gotta say catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all.
Catch 'em all, baby, or something like that. That's what he says. Anyhow, enough about MakeFest. What else were we talking about? Holidays.
Oh,
Holiday
hey,
stuff.
we just brought up MakeFest.
Well, we're switching in between things as we go.
Okay.
we have very poorly formatted this.
Clearly, this is a very relaxed episode of FNS.
It should be. It's the holidays. This is what you put
Oh,
on.
yeah.
This is what you
I'm
put on
not
when you're,
taking it
you're
seriously in the
fiddling
slightest.
around with stuff, and the New Year's is coming up. There's only 3 days left in the year. Man.
Honestly, I've been popping
Been a
chocolate
long
the
year.
whole time we've been doing this, because it's just that kind of time.
Me too.
And drugs. Lots and lots of drugs.
So many drugs that...
Word up.
Oh, we all know the story I'd bring up about that homeless lady, but that's more so Johnny's story.
Oh, the homeless lady smoking with the crack. Yeah, weird stuff. Anyhow, one of my best things that I got for Christmas, actually, speaking of bad Christmas stories, which Alta unfortunately doesn't have one this year, which is a shame, a true shame. But
He actually does, but I won't get into it. That's for him to bring up.
whatever, it doesn't matter. The point of the matter is that I've got one. I've got the best. Speaking of best Christmas presents, my brother works at a very fine dining restaurant in the city, and he has a very bad time translating his skills in the kitchen there at a place where it costs like $500 for a person to eat to coming home and making Christmas dinner. Like, he still feels like he's at work. Like, he's got to, like, utilize all of these skills. And to be honest, he hasn't really ever made anything that I've been blown away by. So, yeah, there's that. But, so I'm in there cooking steaks with him, and I can cook a steak like nobody's business. I've actually gotten really good at it this year alone. And, but he's in there with these big sirloin steaks that are probably like 12 ounces, and he's like, you gotta, pour in the oil, put some butter in the pan, and then just move it around the outside of the pan with your hand. So it's always like collecting the oil and the butter, and so I'm doing that, and I'm like, this is just so weird. Like, I feel like my hand's gonna burn off anyway. And then he pours more olive oil into the pan as it's doing. So you use more oil there, pours it in, and just huge splatter of oil like all over the inside of my forearm, and I've got this really nice, really cool looking oil burn on the inside of my arm now. So that's neat. That's gonna be there for a while, I think. It'll probably still be there when we're at Magfest.
Hey, Johnny, are you still going to cook any steaks anyone sends to you?
Hey, Johnny.
Sure, why not? Send me a steak, I'll cook it.
As someone who works in the food industry, I just want to say, I had a burn on my arm that was there for 2 years, so yeah, you're going to have that for a while.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty.
I too work in food, and Uto is correct.
No, I don't doubt it at all. So.
Oh, I just ate a Reese's and I forgot to take off the paper.
No, you eat
like
paper!
When I was a fat kid and I ate
eat
Starburst
paper.
with the wrapper on. Darn it. It's just not the same.
You paper-eating son of a bitch, you.
I remember I somehow managed to eat a fruit roll-up with the paper still on it without noticing.
What the fuck?
I have no idea how.
I once ate a muffin with the wrapper on. I didn't notice halfway through the muffin.
Man, you guys are weird.
I just, what the bad part was? I just didn't care.
I just didn't care. I just really, really wanted that muffin, damn it. Give me that fucking muffin.
Just like you fruit roll-up.
I just don't care.
Well, I don't know if I have anything that I'm super looking forward to for Magfest. I want to meet as many awesome people as I can. Definitely Nintendo Capri Sun and other people from the YouTube world, NES Complex that we've had on FNS before. He's going to be on there. Some other people in the retro scene, the Game Chasers, anyone from Retroware TV, if you've ever been to that site, Gamester81. Who else?
Can I just bring up a point real quick?
Yes.
Uto, fruit roll-ups have tinfoil wrappers, correct?
No, they don't.
Do they?
Not here.
They were plastic, Alta. They were not tinfoil. They've never been tinfoil.
Yeah, when were
they are
tin
here.
foil? They've always just been that plastic that you pull it out.
They're
Jeez.
actually rice paper here. I think it's rice paper. Anyways, whatever.
Wow. And yeah. And,
I think you're thinking of fruit by the foot.
no, fruit by the foot. Man, it's been a long time since I had a fruit by the foot.
Fruit by the foot?
Maybe, actually, yeah. No, okay. Fruit roll-ups, those are the, thin ones, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
The
I ate
ones
one of
that look
those
like
with the
paper.
plastic on it before, too. Like, I didn't unroll them ever, I just kind of...
They're like paper.
Eat them?
Like fruit roll-ups. Oh, fuck. I'm trying to remember. It's been a long time since I've eaten any of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, sorry, I mixed up my 5th grade candy, Alta.
Yeah, just get me some Gushers and some Shark Bites.
That's great.
It is 5th grade candy, dude. I used to always have Gushers or Shark Bites or something like that, or Dunkaroos. I remember Dunkaroos.
Oh, fucking Dunkaroos were awesome.
I love it when the show just de-evolves into us talking about nostalgic snack foods.
I don't even know what we're talking about, man.
Dunkaroos. They were little cookies, and there was a little thing of chocolate dip, and you dipped it in there. It's kind of like those. It's kind of like crackers and cheese with the little red spready stick that you can get at gas stations and stuff.
The spready stick.
Yeah, it was pretty much like that, but it was cookies and chocolate dip kind of thing.
Oh, cool.
Anyhow,
Guys, remember Jawbreakers?
I don't know. I don't know anyone that ate Jawbreakers.
Oh, there's a candy shop in the mall.
Jawbreakers.
They sell about as big as your fist, giant sour all the way through Jawbreakers. They're like $10, but they're huge.
Remember people that would put Jawbreakers in the microwave? The fuck was the point of that?
Really?
Yeah.
Why would you do that to begin with?
I don't know, but if you did it,
melt
they
them?
exploded.
They would melt.
Well, there's your point.
I always wanted to eat a bunch of Reese's, collect the tinfoil, and just throw it in a microwave and just watch the lights.
Oh my god, do you know what fucking tinfoil is?
Shut up,
It's
Genray. This is
tinfoil.
not the time or the place.
He brings up a valid point. Do you even know what tinfoil is? Nothing you've mentioned with tinfoil on it has tinfoil on it.
Right. This word you keep on using. I don't think you know what it means.
Whatever the shiny stuff is, that.
I don't know what shiny stuff you're getting on Reese.
Shut up. Moving on. Moving on.
All right.
It's
Well,
another time nor the
I
place.
think we've covered MakeFest maybe enough.
Hey,
unless
Gendry
I get
said it
interrupted
first.
about snack food again. All right. So let's get to one of the big things we're talking about. It's something that everyone can involve themselves with. Is the game of the year. Dun dun dun. And the worst games of the year as well. So, anyhow, let's start out with what I think is the best game of the year. It's got to be The Walking Dead for Xbox Live. Is it on PlayStation? I'm not sure. Probably. Downloadable title. It came out in 5 different episodes over the course of the year, and it actually won Game of the Year at Spike's Video Game Awards, which I think surprised a lot of people that were there. Definitely probably a lot of people that hadn't heard anything about the game, because it's just a downloadable title, but my god, that is an emotionally driven game. It's also a choose-your-own-adventure type game, which are definitely a lot of fun if you can do those right. And my god, when it came to the end, like, I wouldn't give anything away about that game, but I was almost in tears. It was intense. Very, very intense. So, hands down, that's got to be the game of the year for me, too. Okay, and should I keep going? Yeah.
No, I thought that was good. I thought
That's all I got.
Who's next?
Who's next?
bike launcher.
Well, I would have to say it was most definitely Farming Simulator 2020.
Damn it! I knew I should have gotten that when it was on sale.
You can go to your farm, and you can just farm yourself out, and there's nothing better than curling up after a hard day's work on the farm to play your virtual farm, because Farmville, we all know it sucks.
You know, there's got to be that one farmer out there that just has internet just so that he can play Farming Simulator at the end of the day. I got some free time for some Farming Simulator.
But seriously, I don't know. I would have to say probably Borderlands 2, considering it's the only actual new game I got.
Yeah, well, that's what I was talking about, too, before you got here and we started FNS, was that's the only new game this year that I've spent a lot of time with, but I just feel like there should be better games out there than Borderlands 2. Like, Borderlands 2 is a great game. It's probably like a solid 8.5 out of 10, but the fact that I played like 50 hours of it straight through when I first got it, and according to my Steam account, I don't think I played it since like the beginning of October. So that kind of says something about it. Especially since I paid full price for it, and normally when I pay full price for something, I really need to get my money out of it because I'm cheap.
Is anyone else hearing Johnny fade in and out?
Yeah.
What? Am I fading?
Okay, I just wanted to be sure. But I understood what Johnny said. I'm sure everyone else can too.
Yep.
So, my favorite game of the year. I think it's the best. Honestly, I can't say. I really paid much attention to new games. I mean, a lot of them are good, but I can say the biggest flop for me personally is Diablo 3, because amongst it making a Y video, it just all over. It was just bad. It was really short. It didn't feel like the other Diablos, and I don't know. There was problems the first night that made it so you couldn't play it. I just thought it was a terrible thing altogether. I mean, Blizzard had billions of dollars, well, maybe not billions, but millions of dollars to make sure it was good. And, a 6-hour storyline, and then the replay wasn't So
it was longer than 6 hours, at least.
Well,
that'd be moving pretty fast for you to spend 6 hours.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you played it multiplayer, you could probably beat it in like 15 hours.
Never got to play it.
Diablo 2 is definitely still better.
Yeah, Diablo 2 always be one of my favorite games of all time. But yeah, it was pretty bad. I mean, I haven't played it. I played it the first month that I got it, and yeah, I just couldn't get into it. And I thought for sure that I would. I thought for sure I'd still be playing it now. But anyway.
Joe, what's your best and favorite?
My favorite game of this year? I really only played Dishonored, honestly. Like, in terms of new games.
Dishonored. But was it any
So,
good?
I really don't have much of an opinion on the subject. I'm just going to say TF2. There we go.
Because that game hasn't been out for like 5 years. Well, we can do that. I'm going to say,
You're going to say Final Fantasy 1.
Final Fantasy 1! Yeah, Johnny called it. The best game ever?
No, there were a lot of good games that came out, and most of the time I don't get to play these games. I just watch videos on them, and sometimes I'll watch like full-on playthroughs of them. Hitman Absolution, the new one that came out, that looked like a lot of fun. That game I almost considered buying because there was just so much you could do with it. With each mission you have, you can play it any way you want. You can be really stealthy. You can just go straight in, guns blazing type of guy, or you could you can beat the levels like so many different ways. I think there's some of those levels have like 5 different ways of fulfilling your objective, which is awesome. So, really interesting, and I don't know, I think the Hitman series itself just doesn't get as much recognition as it should. I haven't really played any of the older ones, though, to say that for certain.
Well, Blood Money is widely regarded as like the best Hitman game ever.
No.
But anything pretty much before that is a pot of crap.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I hear good things every now and again about them. I don't know. Like, this one really just blew me away. I mean, obviously they're good enough for them to keep the series going, but I don't know. That's all I got on that, really. Another one of the downfalls that I didn't play, but I'm kind of glad I didn't, is Connect Star Wars. Just, good lord.
Anything on Connect.
Yeah, that's...
Don't even get me started on Connect Dragon Ball.
No.
The only good thing in there is Super Saiyan Bardock.
Yeah, that guy. He's the best. Next to Trunks. I only say
I remember
that because
watching
that's
somebody play Mass Effect 3 with their Connect equipped.
Oh, God.
And yelling at it because like, oh, check out, I can just say what I want her to do and she'll go do it. Tali, go over there. Nothing happens. Tali, go over there. Nothing happens. God damn it, Tali, move!
Yeah, I mean...
yeah, this is wonderful.
Motion technology of that sort just isn't the way that video games are going to go. It just can't possibly be. It's just so much more fun to play those games with the controller. It's like, what's wrong with the controller? I thought that was pretty good. It's like the Angry Video Game Nerd video.
I got a glove on my hand.
Yeah, I got a glove on my hand. Look like a freaking idiot. I'm just going to take it off and play it with the controller. Yeah, that's totally what it reminds me of. I haven't gotten a chance to play it yet, and I don't really care to. I mean, the furthest I go is playing Wii Golf. You know, get all dressed up, get classy, you know, put on some khakis and maybe like a collared shirt and go over to a friend's house. Yeah, no, seriously, we do. We'll have celebrity golf tournaments, and we'll all play as celebrities and put on some nice clothes, drink some beers, and have ourselves 18 holes of Wii Golf fun. I swear, it's really awesome. Makes me feel important.
I've been practicing my Wii archery.
Getting any better at that?
No, I'm amazing. Dude, I am like Robin Hood over here.
Wow.
Win the tournament.
Yeah. I win all day.
Who's the guy that shot an apple off someone's head?
William Tell.
Yeah.
That's the guy. William Tell.
But if I had to name a game of the year, obviously I don't play very many new games. So if I had to name a game that I played, it would be Dishonored, because Dishonored was amazing. But Bethesda always does good stuff, so that's not surprising.
Well,
the game that, as a mix of what looked the best and what people have told me the best reviews of, was good old Xenoblade Chronicles.
Xeno's coming back, guys. Nice. Xenoblade Chronicles, you say?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about that, too.
Really? Why have I not heard about this game at all?
I think it only came out for like the Wii.
Oh. Well, that could be why. Speaking of the Wii U, our good friend over here, Mr. Antlion, got himself a Wii U because he's all special and stuff. So, how about you give the fine folks at home that, you know, maybe they're still on the fence about the Wii U, how about you give them your 2 cents on the system itself before we get into the games for it?
Well, I played New Super Mario Bros. U, and that's a lot of fun. I really dig the whole screen being on the controller thing. I think that's cool how like other people can watch regular cable TV and you can still be playing your game. And it feels comfortable holding it and doesn't feel clunky or blocky or anything. It's got some nice like form in the back that conforms to your hand. And I've encountered a little bit of connectivity issues in the beginning, but it adjusted itself just fine later on. But I'll be sure to report any issues with it in the upcoming play times. But yeah, it's new Super Mario Bros. U is turning out to be a lot of fun. The level design is really, really interesting and really clever in some parts. And what I've played so far, I've only gotten through World 1, and I'm already really liking it.
Yeah, well, they never have to do anything new to Mario games for them to be enjoyable. I mean, they can, like they did with Galaxy, but if you keep it like that old school way that they have had it with the new Mario Bros. Wii and this one, can't say anything bad about it. Yeah. The flying squirrel suit.
Classic fun with a twist.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about the flying squirrel suit, though, like versus having the Tanuki tail, because you can't really fly with this.
It's all right. I mean, you can't turn to stone, but basically I'll just explain how that works. Have you seen much of it? I
have seen a bit of it, a couple hours worth of playthrough of it.
Yeah, you just if you hold down A if you jump and hold down A, you kind of float gently down, and if you press one of the trigger buttons, you do a spring upwards, and that gives you extra height to get to certain star coins and platforms with treasures and pipes to go into with secret rooms. So you gotta use that to your advantage to figure out how to 100% the game, which I'm already trying to do. I 100% in World 1, and nothing was ridiculously hard to get, but some things I had to stop and think about how to use my surroundings to collect everything. It feels nice. You can also do a little spin attack when you're floating down by, I'm not sure which button it is, but it's not like not hearing me tell you which button to press is going to be like, what do I do? How do I do it?
Someone is basing their entire experience off of this podcast. Yeah, well, I guess thinking about it now, it makes sense, because obviously you can really incorporate flying into the game if you're going to be playing it with 4 other people. That would be pretty crazy. So, I guess there's that, but I don't know. I'm sure it's a great game. I mean, there's never really been a bad Mario game, so, something that you can always rely on.
I got a video in my feed on YouTube is in for my recommended videos. I haven't checked it out, but it said top 10 or some number worst Mario games. Yeah. I think the thumbnail was some gambling casino thing.
It's probably the educational game.
Yeah, they're probably most. Yeah. I think Screw Attack did one of those. I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm sure if you look, Hotel Mario for the CDI, I mean, come on, that's certainly on there. But that goes without reason that would be. One game just came out, free downloadable title. I'm gonna love it. Street Fighter X Mega Man. Oh yeah. And no one's asked me if I played that yet or not, so I'm just gonna come out and say yes. Yes, I have played it. And yes, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Nice.
Is Ryu a bitch as he usually is? Because this is ridiculous.
Oh, it's still a Mega Man game. What did you say, Bike?
You beaten it yet?
I have beaten it. Yep, I beat it. I beat it the second day I got it. And, well, of course they did. It's not that hard of a game, really. I would say the difficulty to it is really, really minimal. Because, if you die, you don't lose your enemy powers. If you're trying to use an enemy power against a boss, for instance, and you die fighting him, the amount of enemy power that you used against the boss, it will recover itself if you die. And
I think the reason why they did that is because there is no password system in the game.
That's true, yeah. Which I don't know if they're going to put one in or not. Because this game still, it feels a little rushed to me. It feels like it's slightly unpolished. There are some cool game mechanics in some levels, but at the same time, it just, I don't know. I think that if they would have taken some more time with it, because it seems like Capcom, this one guy was just developing this game in his free time, and it was a game that's really just meant to celebrate the 25th anniversary of both Street Fighter and Mega Man, and
can't really complain because it was free.
Yeah, it was free, so you can't really complain. But it just, I guess gamers now, they can't feel like Capcom is just trying to screw them over constantly, because Capcom's really which was such a mecca back in the day of a video gaming company. Now it just feels like they've betrayed more or less their fan base on so many levels. But this is a fun game. It's completely free, so most people that are interested in this have already played it. It came out on December 17th. Pretty interesting, because I thought I was going to need an Xbox 360 controller for it, and I ended up plugging in my USB NES controller, not thinking that it would work at all, and it ended up working fine, which I was really surprised about. So probably going to have to do a Let's Play of that in the future, but like you just said, Bike, there is no save feature to it, so it's going to have to be a straight-through thing, and you got to love the fact in the most terrible, horrendous of ways that if you hit the escape button, then the whole game shuts down. And I'm pretty sure you can't get any kind of windowed mode with it, but oh well, what are you going to do? But, it's got Street Fighter characters. So if you love Mega Man and Street Fighter, you're going to love this game. Still nowhere close to a nominee for Game of the Year, though.
Yeah. All I know is that I couldn't find the weakness for anybody.
Well, the weaknesses are really strange. Like, some of them, like, I thought that I had found them, and I really didn't. All I can really tell you is that the guy Urian, who's in the top right, he is pretty much doesn't have a weakness. What the people that on GameFAQs have been saying that I've read up are saying that is his weakness. That power works just as well on him as anything else does, even your regular hand cannon. Sea Viper, who's in the bottom middle, she's got this optic blast. It's called like the optic cannon or something. It's literally like Cyclops from X-Men would fire an optic blast. And it's the metal blade of the game. It's super powerful. It destroys anything, even bosses that it's not supposed to be weak against. It does a pretty damn good job. So those are 2 helpful hints from TheJonnyKage about beating that game. And Endless continues, and actually I will say that the hardest part about it is the boss gauntlet. It probably has the hardest boss gauntlet in any Mega Man, and I can't really give a good reason for why it does. It just feels really difficult. Probably because the robot masters, quote unquote, that are Street Fighter characters, they're just relentless with the way that they attack you, and they have no solid pattern that you can just figure out and exploit. So
it changes every time.
Yeah. So that makes it really difficult. But anyhow, that's my rant, and I feel like it's gone on long enough.
So let me ask you something, Johnny.
All right.
What Mega Man you want to play?
Mega Man 2.
Oh, good choice.
Always Mega Man 2. Always.
Always Mega Man 2.
As I'm looking through this list of other games that have come out this year, one of the other games that I've spent some time with that I just got a couple weeks ago as well was XCOM, Enemy Unknown, and I'm not sure why I didn't wait for this game to go on sale for the Steam sale, but it's a really fun tactics type game, and I kind of bought it just on a whim at full price, and I kind of come to realize that I really suck at tactics games. So I don't know really why I bought it, but it's a really fun game. I'm just not very good at it. But I've got to keep playing it so I can get my money's worth out of it.
Which reminds me, we still have to play Civilization 3 together.
Civilization 3! Okay, we'll be sure to do that. One of these days. Anyone wants to play Civ 3 with Bike and I on Steam? Old school. Oh, man.
Don't expect any high or good maneuvers by us.
No, not at all. I'm just gonna go out, balls out, and play it on the easiest setting.
It's not a high stakes game.
No. See, yes, but yeah, tactics games, I'm just not good at them. I love Civilization just as much as, I'm really enjoying XCOM for completely different reasons. But, yeah, I really just am not good at them when it comes down to it.
It really depends. There are some RTSs that I'm really good at, and then there's other ones that I'm terrible at.
Well, yeah, there are some that I've done really good at in the past, like the Final Fantasy Tactics games, both the PS1 and the Game Boy Advance version. I've done pretty good at, but I don't know why those are so different. Beats me.
That's because they're not Shining Force.
They're not. Well, they aren't Shining Force. This is true. Yeah, Shining Force. Jeez, that's a game. Oh, man. Yeah, but Diablo 3. Yeah, as I'm looking through this list, Diablo 3 is like the only game that really stands out. Like, that was probably the worst game of the year. Probably.
I wouldn't say worst, but I would say biggest letdown.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Lollipop Chainsaw had a lot of hype behind it.
True.
Yeah, what even happened with that? I gotta, like, watch some gameplay of it or something, because it looked like such a cookie-cutter generic game every time I saw it, but it was getting a ridiculous amount of hype for some reason.
The only reason why I had so much hype behind it is because Suda51 kind of worked on it.
I only saw a couple commercials for it. That was all the promotion I got from.
Really? It seemed like when I saw videos of people that went to like E3 and PAX, it seemed like the developers, there was a huge push for it. Like they had really large booths and setups for it. So, I don't know. It never looked like anything special, and I guess it really ended up not being anything too special, but yeah.
I saw like an episode of a Let's Play of it, and I don't know, there's a lot of games that, like, I can't tell if they're fun unless I'm actually playing it, because it's mostly with, like, killing other things games. It's like, not like monsters, but like, like zombie or survival games. I can't tell if they're fun unless I'm playing it.
Well, that's true. Yeah, I don't know. Like, me personally, I'm a very cheap person when it comes to games, so most of the time, like, with the exception of XCOM this year, and, well, actually, Borderlands 2, because I had no intention of buying Borderlands 2, and then, for some reason, on day one that it came out, I just saw it sitting there on Steam, and I'm like, screw it, I'm just gonna buy it. I don't know why. And I never think about the fact that I have such a crappy graphics card, which is very stock and not good, and I buy these graphically intensive games, and they barely run on my computer. Gotta really consider that. Maybe I gotta get a gaming computer next time.
Yes. And then, another game that came out along the lines of Diablo 3 is Torchlight 2.
Torchlight 2, yeah.
That's a very good game.
Mr. T Retro Freak, who we've had on here before, he's a big fan of that game. He actually gave me a free copy of Torchlight 1 that he got when he got that, and I don't know how Torchlight 2 works exactly. It looked to me like a combination of Diablo with the graphics of World of Warcraft. Is that about right?
Sounds about right.
Because that's what it looked like, at least. But, I don't know. I played the first one, and it was kind of fun. I just kind of screwed around with it. I didn't really pay attention to the game. I just kind of just kept on going, like, just forward progress the entire time. And if I completed a quest, then I completed a quest. But, you know, I'm so Diablo 2'd out. Like, even though that is one of my favorite games of all time, and that game is so much like it, I just feel like I couldn't really get into a game like that for a while now. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But anyhow.
Just don't know.
I just don't.
Just don't know.
I just
don't.
DK.
Oh, man. Let's see. Anything else? No, not really. I'm thinking I'm going to go play some TF2. Woo! Because I've been really into that lately. So, might have to go to that. But, anyhow. So we might wrap this up. I don't know. Unless anyone else has anything they want to say. About the year, holidays, 2013, New Year's resolutions.
My hack.
Your hack.
Yeah. You're wrong.
I am still going with my Super Mario 64 ROM hack, and I finished the 15 main levels. I finished them like in August, but I haven't got a bunch of time to work on the side levels until this break. I made a new slide level, and I'm going to make the third slide level hopefully next week, and that'll be the first of the three. Well, that'll be the first three of like 9 sub levels I need to make. So that's 1/3 of it down, and then I'll just need to make the overworld. And yeah, I'm going through some of the levels I made earlier, and I'm slightly editing some of the stars that are like just fiendishly hard. So, and I'm thinking about changing it so I'm gonna allow I mean, there's nothing I can do to stop people, but I'm gonna, say, sure, go ahead and use save states if you're a beginner, just because some of them, you do still need to be pretty competent at the game if you're gonna 100% it without save states, so for people that want the new experience but don't want to be a pro, you can use save states and you should be able to get through it without too much of an issue.
All right.
So
with all the...
It's coming along. It should be finished by, at the very latest, July. So.
Okay. So still got a lot of bug testing to do on that one, but
yeah,
that's really cool.
Time management stuff.
Yeah, well, it's cool that you're sticking with it, because I know myself, a person that used to play RPG Maker on the PS1, that it can be really tough to stick to a task that's just gigantic,
Yeah, I remember at the very beginning when I finished 2 levels, I was like, how am I ever gonna get this done? And then I started making blueprints of the levels, so I'd have a good idea of what I'm getting into before I actually start building the levels, and that made it that was what really got me going, is knowing what I'm doing before I actually do it. So
and
that's one piece of advice I'll give people who are interested in 3D ROM hacking. Well, I mean, so far it's pretty much just Mario 64 for N64 games, but yeah, really think out your level layout before you just go into it, because that'll help you with creativity and I don't know what else. Just it takes a load off.
Yeah. So where do you post it then for people to download once you're done with it?
I haven't checked into it, but people say it's really easy. Just put it on a file sharing site and give them the link in the description of I'm gonna make a trailer for it with commentary, and once it's done, I'll show off some of the side levels, because I'm currently uploading previews of the main levels, but I'll stop once I get to 15 and save. I won't spoil really anything in the sub levels until the trailer. I'll just show brief clips of me playing the game and piece it all together.
Well, all right. I look forward to it. I'll have to give it a try, even though I'm terrible at Super Mario 64.
One place, I'm not entirely sure if it's if you can post 64 ROM hacks there, but there's Super Mario World Central.
I know for a fact they have 64 hacks there. Yeah.
Yeah, they made the page. There's people telling me, because people that are interested in that stuff have been following my custom level previews, and they've been telling me hey, we're interested in making Super Mario 64 forum page for Super Mario Central, and so they let me know when they're about to do it, and they let me know when they had it up, and I've only recently checked it out, a month or two ago. I made an account there and started asking questions and tried to get some answers for some issues I was having with my hack and what to do, and I've got some answers, and it's all turning out pretty good. I just need to figure out how to use the music importer, and because I really have no idea. And there's supposed to be custom songs to make. There's songs for Super Mario 64 that have been pre-made, but there's also editors to make your own, and I really have no idea how it works. It's all the music stuff goes away from my head, all the tempo and what pitch and stuff. All the terms just confuse me. I really haven't been. I love music. I love video game music, but I just never grew up learning the structure of it all. So there's a bunch of video game songs that I think are underrated from underrated games that I want to use in my hack, but I have no idea how to get it going. So.
Well, talk with people in the community. I'm sure you'll figure it out eventually.
Yep.
It's a very good community.
Well, anyhow, guys, I think that's going to do it then for this special holiday FNS. First one in a while. Getting back into the groove of things. Like we said at the top of the show, we are going to be at MagFest out in Washington, D.C., January 3rd through the 6th. If you are going to be out there, hit any of us up. Let us know. It would be great to hang out with anyone and everyone that's going to be there. So by all means, we're pleasant people that just want to have a good time.
Yeah, that means the next FNS is going to be live.
Live from Magfest. We're all going to be drunk. It's probably only going to be 10 minutes long because we won't know how to work
It's going to be as long as the camera will allow. And I can't imagine we'll be able to hold people's attention that much longer than that. So,
AKA until they forget that they have a camera.
Until they forget they have a camera. Anyhow, guys,
special guests next week. Whoever we run into at Magfest.
The hotel room. Just the bedroom itself.
It could even be you.
It could even be you.
But I won't be there.
Oh. Anyhow, thanks a lot for listening, everyone. This has been the JonnyKage, Utorai, Ultaguide, Genray, AntLionAlpha, Bike Launcher, and we will talk to you all. Well, I'll be posting lots of videos after we get back from Magfest, so I guess you'll hear from us then. Take care, everyone. Have a great day.
Bing bang goodbye.
Happy holidays.